Hi, and welcome to Learning ESL with Libby. I'm Libby, your teacher, and today we are going to be talking about irregular verbs, particularly using irregular verbs in the past. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify at least 5 irregular verbs in sentences, use those irregular verbs correctly, and be able to create sentences using irregular verbs. We're going to discuss most common irregular verbs. What is an irregular verb? An irregular verb is a verb that does not follow the usual rules for past tense forms. Normally, we add ed to the end of the verb to put it in the past. For example, talk. I talked to my teacher yesterday. So irregular verbs do not follow that rule. We're going to be talking about the past tense, which is the tense we use to talk about something that has already happened. Yesterday, last night, last year. And an action is a verb. It's something that someone or something does. So here are some common irregular verbs. We have go, which in the past changes to went. Have changes to had. Make changes to made. See changes to saw. Take changes to took. Now the nice thing about irregular verbs is that they are the same for all of our pronouns. So I went, she went, we went, they went. It's all the same. So as long as you remember that rule, you'll be able to master these irregular verbs just fine. Now here is a list of some common irregular verbs and how they change to the past. Say changes to said, make, made, go, went, eat, ate, take, took, see, saw, get, got, give, gave, come, came, find, found, and run changes to ran. Okay, let's practice identifying irregular verbs in sentences. So in this sentence, she goes to the store. The word goes is an irregular verb. So let's identify these irregular verbs in these sentences. He takes the bus. Takes, right? Takes, if we change that to the past, he took the bus. What's the irregular verb in the next sentence? They went to the park. Went, correct. That's already in the past tense. That is the verb go. What is the irregular verb in she wrote a letter? Wrote, correct. The verb is write. Now here are some more examples of sentences that you can create. These are some ideas, but I want you to also in the comments write your own sentences in the past tense. Go ahead and write 3 sentences using irregular verbs. So, for example, I went to the park. She ate her lunch. Now go ahead and create your own 3 sentences. All right, let's take a quiz to test how well we understand irregular verbs. Which of these verbs is an irregular verb? Ran. That is the verb run in the past. These other ones follow the rule of adding ed to the end. Great. What is the correct past tense form of the verb go? Went. I went to the store yesterday. She went to Mexico last year. Now fill in the blank with the correct irregular verb. Yesterday I, again, went to the store. Great. Which sentence uses an irregular verb correctly? He ate his lunch. Let's look at these other sentences. So I watched a movie last night. That is correct, but watched is not an irregular verb. It is a regular verb. They play soccer yesterday. Play is an regular verb, so we should add ed to this to make it in the past tense. They played soccer yesterday. She swimmed in the pool. No, this is not correct. Swim is an irregular verb. It should be she swam in the pool. What is the past tense of sing? Sang. This is a new one. We haven't discussed this. So sang is the past tense of sing. They sang in a concert last night. Great work. All right, so to review, in this lesson we reviewed irregular verbs. These are verbs that do not follow the regular pattern of adding ed for the past tense. We talked about some common verbs, such as go changes to went, and see changes to saw. Practice using these irregular verbs in your writing, and be sure to share at least 3 sentences using irregular verbs in the comments. Keep up the great work. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe now to continue learning.